Is it? Is it warm enough to run in shorts now? 6.56 miles, 8 minutes, 53 seconds per mile, 143 beats per minute today. Getting out for the first time in shorts for the year in 2021 and having a fantastic time. It was 44 degrees Fahrenheit out on the lakefront in Chicago today. And if that temperature had hit in the fall, there's no way that I'd be out there in shorts. Definitely would be in at least long tights or in like tights with shorts on top. But today, you know, whenever it goes from winter to spring, that warm temperature, it just feels so much warmer. So I was out there in the shorts and it ended up being a good choice for today. I think that was just like the right level of clothing to have on, which this is like a real tough time of year to kind of figure out what I should be wearing. I usually end up being a little bit cold or like completely drenched in sweat by the end of a run. But today, I think I did a pretty good job of getting it nailed down. And just to kind of illustrate how like weird the weather is and how hard it is to kind of figure out what to be running in. The last time I ran in Ultra Boost, I ran in Ultra Boost today. The last time I ran in Ultra Boost was February 22nd. So like a little bit more than 2 weeks ago. And on that day, there was tons of snow on the ground. The salt trucks were out salting and making sure no parts of the path needed to be plowed. And then fast forward to the next time I run in the shoes and I'm doing it in shorts, but I'm feeling really good. Not only do I just love like the warmer weather, getting to take off a layer of gloves, not having to run in a jacket and just running in a long sleeve and then running in shorts. Yes, it was longer shorts with tall socks. So basically I was running in tights, but you know, I'm going to count it as shorts anyway. And it's just nice to have a lot less layers, a lot less stuff to carry. I wasn't worried about the battery dying on the camera because it's so cold. Just so many things I don't have to worry about when the temperatures warm up a little bit. So just having a fantastic time out there. And I got to say, over the past couple of days, I mean, the change has been pretty quick. Like I was saying, like not that long ago, everything was covered in snow and ice. But the change has been somewhat gradual, where the temperatures have been like, getting slowly warmer. And what I've been noticing is that everything just seems to be easier. Now, I know like there's the saying like winter miles equals summer smiles, like putting in work in the wintertime and in that early springtime will definitely pay off once the temperatures drop and you get to like take some of your layers off in terms of clothing and everything you're just kind of carrying with you for the winter. But I just feel like I'm feeling really strong all of a sudden, and it's kind of making me think like I've never spent much time running at altitude, so I don't know what that feels like living at altitude for like several weeks or a couple months and then coming down to sea level for a race. But I feel like it's gotta feel something like this because I've just been feeling so fantastic lately. The knees are feeling great. That hamstring thing that I had not that long ago because I slipped on ice while in a workout, that's all resolved, and so just everything seems to be firing on all cylinders. So I'm feeling very optimistic. The weather's nice. I'm feeling strong. The critical power number updated on my Stride foot pod, so everything just feels really great. And so I think that's part of it is like my body is adapting to the training plan that I'm on. The Shamrock Shuffle 8K is going to be coming up not this weekend, but the following weekend. So I'm within 2 weeks or like a week and a half of that race. So feeling really good. Wondering when I'm going to start tapering. I'm not exactly sure on that yet. I'll have to take a look at the calendar a little bit more. I don't really know how much taper a person needs for an 8K, but I'm going to try to kind of figure out the plan. I've modified the Jack Daniels plan to make it shorter, so I kind of have to look and maybe do a little bit more research to kind of get his take on like tapering for a race like this. It's a virtual race, so I mean, not a huge deal, but just kind of want to like try and execute a shorter distance training plan. So that's all stuff that I have to figure out, but feeling very optimistic about it all. And so far, one of the things that I think that has helped the most, I mean, I've been talking about weather, I've been talking about like, adapting to the training plan, winter miles and all that. I think one of the things that I think has also been really helping, in combination with all those other things, is something that I've been thinking about a lot, basically since reading or listening to Alexi Pop's Brave ebook. She was talking about how, as a pro athlete, she gets questions a lot from runners and fans about how she deals with pain when it comes to running. Not pain like I'm injured, but pain like, the stress and the strain of running, that feeling in your mind that's telling you, you can't keep this pace up for the 5K, you can't keep this pace up for this threshold interval or for this repetition. And she says that she feels pain just like everybody else, but her relationship with it is just very different. She kind of can tolerate it, is maybe not the right, I don't remember her exact words for it, but merely tolerating it isn't quite what she was saying. I feel like she kind of not embraces it, but understands it. And so in a different way than kind of like non-elites might understand it. And so that's something that I've been spending a lot of time thinking about basically throughout this entire training block. And, I'm kind of wrapping it around in a way that like for me and my kind of overall training and running growth has been, is that, a lot of last year I spent time recalibrating and figuring out, what does it mean to run easy, and relying on different training approaches, different diagnostic tools like a running watch or an arm-based heart rate monitor or a chest strap, and looking at like making sure that like, am I actually running easy compared to what my body perceives as easy? And now I'm thinking that, one of the other things that I need to do in addition to making sure that I'm actually running easy when I'm supposed to be running easy is, am I running hard when I'm supposed to be running hard? Or am I letting my relationship with pain and my understanding of pain kind of interfere with my ability to push harder in workouts? Not to say that, you got to go all out race effort every single time, but like in terms of when I look at the workout and it says, 6 by mile repeats at threshold pace, what is that threshold pace? What does that threshold feel like? A lot of times when we talk about threshold pace, when we talk about hard workouts, repetitions, that kind of thing, track days, we talk about we should run hard. We should know what it feels like to run hard. But what if what I think is hard isn't actually hard? Now I can look at the heart rates and get some sort of information from it that way. But what if I'm letting I think this is what threshold pace is and I got to back off, or, this feels hard, I don't know if I can maintain it for the rest of this 3 mile section. Like I gotta ease off the gas on it a little bit. What if that's not really my body talking, and what if that's my mind talking? And so like that's another thing that I've been really evaluating and kind of trying to experience and looking forward to kind of testing that and kind of pulling on those strings, seeing like, okay, this feels like, is this a mental limitation or a physical limitation? Let's tease that out. Let's pull on that a little bit. That like race effort, that time where my mind is like, shut it down. We're going too hard. This is too much. And trying to like sit there and understand it and feel it and perceive it as just another diagnostic signal and not necessarily like red flag saying like you have to stop. And trying to also discern like, when is this pace too fast for what my body can handle? So like that's something that I've been spending a lot of time doing lately. And doing the strides definitely helps with that too, because it gives me lots of more opportunities to move at paces that are faster than I would normally ever run. And so even if it's for only 20 seconds at a time. So that's it. Just a little bit of a ramble for today, but just enjoying heralding in the changing of the seasons, and just want to give you a little bit of my thoughts. If you want to talk about it more, feel free to put something down in the comments. I'd love to talk to you guys down there, or better yet, feel free to stop by the live stream that I do just about every day on YouTube, 3 p.m. Central Time. I'd love to talk to you guys there. That's all I have for today, everybody. Thanks so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys are staying safe out there on your runs, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yo, what's going on?